हेलो एवरीबॉडी। हम सब खेलना बहुत पसंद करते हैं और हम आई एम श्योर हम सब ने बहुत सारे खेल भी खेले हैं। क्रिकेट है, फुटबॉल है, चेस है, लूडो है। तो इन सारे खेलों में एक चीज़ कॉमन है, वो है उसके रूल्स, जो खेल को खेल अच्छे से बनाती है, नहीं तो सब गड़बड़ हो जाता है। वैसे ही सारे देशों ने अपनी अपनी कुछ रूल बुक बनाई है। उस रूल बुक को हमने नाम दिया है कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन। सो टुडे वी आर गोइंग टू सी अबाउट कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन। सो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन क्यों पढ़ना है? कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन हमें हमारे अधिकार समझाता है। इतना ही नहीं, उन अधिकारों का इस्तेमाल कैसे करना है ये भी कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन हमें बताता है। सो टू से कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन इज अ सेट ऑफ रूल्स बाय विच द गवर्नमेंट runs, right? Now, what is the aim of constitution? It is to maintain the welfare of people and abide the law of land. So let's take a look of our constitution. How is our constitution? We are sovereign, democratic and republic. Now sovereign means supreme. If government is supreme, how can we be democratic and republic? We are democratic because majority of people is our law of land. And how we are republic? Because public is supreme. So, in order to shape India this way, our Constituent Assembly has taken lots of efforts. And the story behind it is very interesting. But before that, we have to see other forms of government which are prevalent globally. So these are few forms of government which are prevalent: democratic, dictatorship, republic, aristocracy and monarchy. So these are the few forms, but today we are going to see about democracy and republic. And before that, we are going to see organs of our government. So what are the three organs of our government? And why I'm calling it organs? Because जैसे ही हम लोग ऐसा नहीं बोल सकते कि अच्छा ठीक है ये ऑर्गन नहीं है तो फिर भी हम लोग चला लेंगे, वैसे ही गवर्नमेंट कैन नॉट बी रन विदाउट एनी वन ऑफ देम. So first is legislative. So as the name suggests, they makes law, they are part of parliament. Then comes the executive, who of course execute the law, and the judiciary, who interprets the law. Now how and when? The story goes like, कैबिनेट मिशन आया था इंडिया में 1946 में. ये मिशन इसलिए आया था ताकि वो इंडियन फ्रीडम फाइटर्स के प्रपोजल और डिमांड्स को सुने. उन्होंने डिमांड सुने, उसमें से एक डिमांड थी या प्रपोजल हम कह सकते हैं था कि टू फॉर्म इलेक्टेड कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट असेंबली फॉर आवर ओन. Now this was ensured by then Britishers that yes, we will form a constituent assembly. The formation of constituent assembly started. 292 members were elected and remaining were nominated by the princely state. 385 members constituent assembly was formed in undivided India. Now when I say undivided India, that means उसके बाद कई सारे ऐसे इवेंट्स हुए जिसने आगे की घटनाक्रम तो बदला ही और हमारे अभी के कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में भी बहुत सारे चेंजेस लाए. तो पहला जब सिटिंग हुआ तो that was presided by Dr. Sachidananda Sinha ji, and second was presided by Dr. Rajendra Prasad ji. After that, Muslim League boycotted this constituent assembly, saying that they want to create their own state called Pakistan. So many members withdrew, but 299 members were there who were part of Constituent Assembly. And actually, only 282 members were present and appended their signatures once the Constitution was signed. There were total 5 sessions which were held in this period, and Dr. Rajendra Prasad ji continued to be the president. Though though the cabinet mission made the Constituent Assembly, but they considered only 3 categories, which was the general category, Muslim and Sikhs. But later on, then Congress leaders made sure that all parts of the society should get voice in this constitution. So Anglo-Indians were there, Christians were there, and scheduled caste and scheduled tribes were there, the minorities was there. So they made sure that each class is represented in a proper way. So after such ups and downs, the Constituent Assembly was formed, and after formation of Constituent Assembly, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru ji gave few objectives, and these were the members of our Constituent Assembly. Now the objectives made it very clear that India is going to be republic. First thing. Second thing, the ideals of social, economical, and political values were imbibed. Fundamental rights, directive principles, all were stressed in these objectives. So when we learn constitution, we can see that these all the things are stressed. These are the basic objectives of our constitution, which makes our constitution very special. After putting up the objectives, the drafting committee was formed. It was the chairman of the drafting committee was Dr. Baba Sahib Ambedkar ji, and he's a main architect of our constitution. So this was the drafting committee. Women also contributed quite a lot in our constitution. Ammu Swaminathan ji, then Durgabai Deshmukh ji, Begum Ejaz Rasul was there. There were so many people, women, men, who contributed to our constitution, and it is seen through our laws that we all are equal, has actually come up with the formation of this drafting committee and the Constituent Assembly. Drafting committee made sure few points which are very, very important. The social factors, economical factors, as well as the factors which are not seen directly but do affect in the society. So right from the issues of untouchability to the freedom of religion, then women education, fundamental rights, right to education, everything was taken care of. Though right to education has recently become a fundamental right, but education for everyone was always stressed. As our main architect of drafting committee is a social reformer, economist, a politician, his vision has truly given a pathway for a wonderful constitution we have, which not only ensures the equality, but it also ensures the social and economical development equally for all the stratas in the society. So this drafting committee made sure right from untouchability to the freedom of religion and many more issues are considered very carefully and the laws are made. So this makes our constitution flexible yet strong. It guarantees the special safeguards for the minorities, fundamental rights for everybody, and it has made center strong to maintain the integrity for the nation. Directive principles tells us how we should live our life and what are the right ways to live our life. It took almost 3 years to come to the final sitting of the constitution, and there were three sittings which were held. So the day of implementation came. So how when we implemented our constitution, there were 385 articles and 8 schedules. Presently, we have more than 400 articles and 12 schedules. So this is the way we implemented our constitution, and we became sovereign republic and democratic India. Now why this 26th January is so important? So in Lahore session, first time which was held on 26 January, first time Sampurna Swaraj, the date of 26 January was specially selected because it has its importance. Indian National Congress session, which was held in Lahore, was held on 26 January, and it gave call for Sampurna Swaraj. So, till independence, we used to celebrate 26 January as our Independence Day. But as we got our independence of 15th of August, 26 January was considered the day for the commencement of the Constitution. So now let's take a quick recap what we have seen. What is Constitution? We are democratic, republic and sovereign. Organs of government, how, when and why it has formed, committees and its proposals, objectives we have seen, drafting committee we have seen, implementation of constitution we have seen, and importance of 26 January. Thank you so much.